Hello everyone. Today in this video we will continue with some more good questions and for quick revision in part 2 of genetics. Now question number 12 says a normal measured man whose father was colorblind marries a woman whose father was also colorblind. They have their first child as daughter. Then chances of child would be colorblind is. Options are 50%, 25%, 0% or 100%. So, for daughter to be colorblind, she must have XC type. Okay, but according to question, a normal vision man, which is having this type of chromosomes, okay, whose father was colorblind, so his father is having this type of chromosome. Okay, marries a woman whose father was also colorblind. So the woman is having XX type, which is normal, and his father is having XCY type. Okay, so when they have their first children as daughter, she will have XCX, and here the woman will also have XC type of chromosomes because one X chromosome has came from her father and one from her mother. Okay, so the father has inherited this XC chromosome and the mother the normal X. Okay, so she is the carrier. Okay, she is the carrier but not affected, so the daughter will also be carrier. Okay, since one X chromosome which came from her mother will be XC and one which has come from the father will be X, so the daughter will also be a carrier but not colorblind. So the answer is C, which is 0%. And as we know that colorblindness is a X-linked recessive trait, so the daughter must have both X chromosome with a defective gene, which is XC type. Okay, so here it is not possible, and she may also be normal with XX type. Okay, this X may also be inherited. Okay, now moving to question number 13, which says when two unrelated individuals or lines are crossed, the performance of F1 hybrid is often superior to both its parents. This phenomena is. Options are heterosis, splicing, transformation or metamorphosis. So the correct option is option A, which is heterosis. Okay, moving to our next question, question number 14. If a colorblind man marries a woman who is homozygous for a normal color vision, the probability of their son being colorblind is. Okay, options are 0.75, 1, 0 or 0.5. You can pause the video and try by yourself. Okay, so here for son to be colorblind, he must have XCY type. Okay, but in question, a colorblind man means his father. Okay, the father is having XCY type, and who marries a woman who is homozygous for normal color vision, so she is having XX, which is normal. Okay, so when they have their first child as son, the child will be normal. Since the Y chromosome has came from the father and one X any of two from mother, so it is pure, it is not defected, so the chances are 0. Correct option is option C. Okay. Now moving to question number 15, which says, theoretically, a normal phenotype is expressed when a particular substrate transforms into product, but in which case the phenotype may be affected. Okay, options are modified allele produces normal enzyme, modified allele produces non-functional enzyme, unmodified allele produces no enzyme, and option D, any of the above. Okay. So for product to be affected, the enzyme must be non-functional, okay, which is option B, modified allele produces non-functional enzyme. Okay. Now moving to question number 16, which says pedigree of an autosomal dominant disorder, myotonic dystrophy. What will be the genotype of all affected children? Okay. Options are capital A, capital A, capital A or capital A, small a. Okay. Capital A, small a, and small a, small a. If we look at the offspring of generation 1, here, generation 1, we see only 2 of them are affected, and if all 4 are affected, then genotype of mother of generation 1, sorry, this is generation 2 and this is generation 1. Okay, the genotype of mother must be capital A, capital A. Okay, which will be the case of maternal inheritance. But in this case, it must be capital A with a small a, and the father has genotype of small a and small a, as it is not affected. Okay, so when mother is having capital A and small a, then only this condition is possible. And if we draw the Punnett square of the generation 1, we will have capital A, small a of mother, okay, and small a of father. Okay, so we'll have capital A, small a, capital A, small a, small a, small a, and this. Okay, so according to this, there are only 50% chances that the child will be affected, and so here in generation 2 we have 2 childs which are affected, not all. Okay, so the option correct is option B, which is capital A and small a. Now question number 70 says, a pedigree is shown below for a disease that is autosomal dominant. The genetic makeup of the generation 1 and generation 2 is. Okay, options are capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, capital A, small a, small a, small a, and so on. Again, in this question, the concept is the same as the previous one, and by this the answer will be option B. Okay, but even if it is given capital A instead of small a, the answer will also be correct. You can find it by your own. Why? Okay, the hint is generation 2. Now question number 18 says, inheritance of skin color in human is chromosomal aberration, point mutation, polygenic inheritance, or is it codominance? So as we all know, it is polygenic inheritance. Option C will be the correct answer. Now question number 19. In a random mating population, frequency of dominant allele is 0.7. What will be the frequency of recessive phenotype in that population? Options are 0.09, 0.3, 0.49, or is it 0.21? This one is for you to solve, and let me know the answer in comment section so that I can check you get the concept or not. Okay, hint for this question, is in the previous video in part 1 of genetics. So try this one. And now we have completed with genetics, principle of inheritance and variation, which is a quite easy chapter if you get the concepts properly. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. We'll meet again in another part of the topic, which is molecular basis of inheritance.